telling me that's the Archduke's son.
In the flesh.
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I may sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians. The Black Shields will call for reinforcements. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of... While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed it.
Sir Wade, the bearers...
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade.
There is but one thing which will grant putting an end to the...
And so we sh...
We'll keep them from the...
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Sideways. Come along now.
The bastards are looking at you.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For us, area!
For us, area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another one of them to fight their battle for them.
More dragons!
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point, that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
So Wade!
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
We finish him.
I don't see any more.
It did. We sent every last one of the rotten... Perhaps this will be enough to stop...
Perhaps. Though I doubt much she'll move swiftly to see her.
And then it will all... I often wonder if the nature fields rot. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every... Yet be that as it may. It is... For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our... And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarians stand...
So Wade,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends a sound strategy.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron, and had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been...
I suppose a formal request for an audience would...
And appearances must. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, where he would be of no use to... And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the... It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither
I might have something which could help. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever...
I know.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun. Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
local nobles.
How did we never
There are
hear
new
about
billets
these
being
Guardians of
posted
Flame?
every day.
Clive!
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself, and if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally, it only takes a couple of drinks to... Something's getting him down. It's like he's lost his spark. But I'm thinking he might if we...
Fine.
Knew you done...
But if he doesn't want to talk...
All right, now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up. Wait a bit, then...
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm
It is not your company, but your council.
What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake, the mother crystal that rises. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood, making Drustinus the holy from which the Orthodox Crusade...
My father and my grandfather had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria. Sacked the... I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a...
My only aim. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
And how may I assist you today? Here's the latest information I have. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
What's it good? August was worried that something had been... I thought you might want to...
I told you not to stick your...
Clive just wants to help. Talk to him. Please, mate.
It's not the sort of thing he'd bother people.
Why don't you tell us all...
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Made my stuff look like I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. There, you got what you came for.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Something tells me if he has doubts.
I couldn't agree.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Assuming you're happy to help.
Too bloody...
Glad to hear it. Karen, Blackthorn mentioned...
And he ain't been himself.
Sorry, so didn't think Blackthorn cared for it. Were nicely put. Next all his stuff.
You don't know where we might...
Like I said, he's a bit don't trust hunters, neither.
I see.
He did tell me, apparently, his next commission's for a...
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited?
Thank you, Karen.
At least you...
So, it sounds like going after that griffin.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you... While you get on with that, I'll ask round the market.
Good idea.
Be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill, you weren't talking about this.
No. I spoke of Imran. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. And I know that I can do it.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. All while Sid look...
We'll make him...
Fly, Ambrosia. Faster! This isn't gonna be easy.
rest well. I know I will. Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
This won't be easy.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
I've caught my share with it.
Faster!
All right. griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Be safe. Something there, boy. Could that be our man? Are you all right?
That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off.
More likely then.
The name's Camille.
Not so low. You remember selling to a
bought a cuirass from me after didn't stop her bartering me down to a...
It's not her.
Well...
You should be. He's a master of his art.
Blacksmiths are proud folk, and I don't... I do actually...
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I use. If your man's as skilled as...
You sure?
Well, and thanks to you, I'll... Short of showing...
In that case?
I'd be much... Right. You sent...
Will do. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even... How did you find...
I found... And he asked me to give you...
You joke.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded...
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Here, Clive.
Camille, I believe.
I thought there ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough. Turns out he's from Tabor. But our friend Camille guards a long-held...
Then we better keep this close.
Listen, sorry for putting the boat still. I'm glad.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather. I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble carrying. Anyway, enough narrowing.
Looks like we won't be needing it.
As if there was a better one. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. Right, now that's sorted. Thanks, Clive.
Clive? Not saying fortune, do you? Anything else?
That monster's taken